Carl, this is more than about Judge Kavanaugh. I think this is a blueprint, and you and I and David and others faithful to God may find out one day we're sitting in that very same chair. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it's similar to what I said earlier on in the show, that what we witnessed was the agenda. I mean, right full force in our face. It was Orwellian. It was surreal. You could almost turn it around, even though, truth prevailed. A lot of damage has been done. But even though I sensed that God was going to supernaturally touch this again, like he has since the Trump-Hillary election and forward, there have been so many victories for America that are just impossible without the hand of God. That's what happened here. But even in the midst of the victory, even in the midst of truth finally prevailing, oh my gosh, guys, we stared right in the face what the agenda is for this nation if the salt loses its saltiness. Jesus called us salt and light. He says if you turn out the light, if you don't shine the light, darkness will overwhelm. If you don't be the salt, well, what is salt? Well, it adds flavor, it's a preservative, it's also a healing agent. That's how we are to impact our culture. But we can't do it by sitting behind our stained glass windows and listening to some fluffy sermons about you can have your best life now and 6 ways to get rich if you'll give money to my ministry. No, that's not being the salt. Being the salt is declaring the name of Jesus in our workplace, in our homes, and into the lives of other people, into our families, our children. Being the salt is getting involved. It's voting. It's speaking up in a constitutional republic. Our founding fathers of the church in the first century, they didn't have that. They were under the Roman Empire and emperors that were being worshipped as God, and altars set up around the empire for sacrifices to the gods of the Roman Empire and to the god of the Caesar. That's what they were up against. We live in a constitutional republic founded upon the words that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. I mean, we, to whom much has been given, much will be required. And Jesus told us, if the salt loses its saltiness, you will be trampled underfoot. And we just stared in the face of exactly, and I'm going to say, we saw what they want and what they will do, but we only saw the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
Their plans are to bring all of this down, and Christianity is at the top of the list.
Yes, and as Lindsey Graham said, God help us if the Democrats regain power.
For thousands of years, mankind has debated how creation began. Ancient texts tell us the story. But today, the real message behind the pivotal account of the Garden of Eden has been obfuscated and lost. That is, until now. World-renowned author Carl Gallups digs up the hidden truths from the book of Genesis to finally give back the knowledge that was lost to the world. Find out what really happened in the Garden of Eden, what Jesus taught about Eden on the cross, and how the conflict between Jesus and the gods of antiquity is about to erupt on planet Earth, fulfilling biblical prophecy. In the new book, Gods of Ground Zero, this explains everything.